Arn, do you think you guys would have ever been a tag team, you and Tully, if it weren't for the Horsemen? I mean, at different times you were both single stars, holding individual singles titles, but then I think through the Horsemen you guys became a tag team, and obviously it became a tag team that so many teams, even to this day, pattern their style after. Would it have happened without the Four Horsemen?
I believe everything happens because of timing. Timing in this business is everything. And sometimes it's just not being booked and walking in the back door and having your gear with you. And some guy shows up and he's got 105 temperature and can't wrestle. And you get a chance to, hey man, you got your gear? And a guy gets a break like that. I truly believe us being on that interview that day was the launching pad of something great. And if that promo had never happened, then that thought would have never happened in my head. And who knows? I don't think so. It was meant to be that we were on that promo together that day, and it just gelled. It just worked. And I think that the key component, there was two key components to us. Rick Stahl was Rick Stahl. He's a consummate showman, entertainer. Tully Blanchard was a technician that was very unlikable to the fans. He was one of those guys that not one person in that building could stand him, and they wanted him to get his ass kicked. Ole Anderson was the real tough guy of the group, and I was somewhere trying to blend my style, bring the action that Tully Blanchard brought to the ring or to a match, and blend it in with a little Ole Anderson. And hey, not only that, you want to kick my ass, you're going to have to kick my ass, because there ain't going to be no easy path to get there. And we were all so different that you could take pieces out. You mentioned earlier about working with Dusty. If Tully and Magnum went off to headline one of the towns, and Flair was out traveling, defending the world championship somewhere else, they could send me and Dusty to one of the other towns, and it was just business as usual. The guy was over. No matter what you say, he was a huge star. And going out wrestling him, to me, I was just, I'll tell you, I was starstruck. It translated to adrenaline for me being in the ring with Dusty Rhodes. And I could figure out 50 ways to bounce off of that elbow. And that was the key to getting a match with Dusty over, man. You just fed him and fed him and fed him, and you finally got him down, and the people went ape shit. You didn't keep him down long, and he kicked your ass again, and he beat you. And it absolutely worked, and nobody doubted it, and it was glorious.
And it worked every day.
every day, whichever one of us it was. Foolproof.
Or if it was all of us.
Or all of us.
You could pull up. I know there's more than one shot of all four of us standing there with Dusty hitting us all four with the elbow.
Tully, in your opinion, is that like the most classic Crockett rivalry? I mean, when Crockett's business was at its peak, it was like Dusty Rhodes versus the Horsemen, was it not?
Yeah, in some form of that. But like Arn was talking about, when I was doing the thing leading up to the I Quit match with Magnum, that thing was just as hot as anything else. And then you had Dusty, but then they were tag team partners at times. So you could have a 6-man or you'd have a tag team match like that. And, it was just the variety worked. So you didn't have to just have the same two guys wrestle all the time, and it wasn't just Dusty and Flair, and it wasn't just me and Magnum or Ole and Arn against Rock and Roll or whatever the case might be. We interchanged so well, and like Arn put it so well, that we all had different fortes and strong points that they all just meshed together because we could adapt a little bit and be we could be the lubrication between the joints,
right?
If that makes any sense.